Buddy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 269. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we're doing our anime live reaction content. Because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we could have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side, and even have the audio to boot, which, man, is coming in handy for busting a botched localization or two. And the more views and subscribers we get, the more anime we'll cover. Especially if you're a $10 tier subscriber, you get to choose what series we cover. And there's a stackful anime season on the horizon and quite a few series I'd like to cover. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. Also, I know there are people talking about the possibility of a Jujutsu Kaisen sequel manga. And I have my theory on that, but you're going to have to stay tuned to the end of the video for that, because I got to see the direction of this chapter, because the writing will dictate how my theory's going to go on that. But I will say this, though. I got to compare it to Fairy Tail, Chainsaw Man Part 1, and Nanatsu no Taizai. That's how I'm going to compare. Obviously, I'm going to compare it to those. But I will say this, though. Going into this, I'm really not happy with this at all. I know, like, Taizai had its issues. Fairy Tail, whoa, this is more so like Fairy Tail, let's be real. And Chainsaw Man did have its problems. Part 1 did have its problems. But at the very least, Taizai and Chainsaw Man had tragedy. We had deaths. It was, like, we had some good shit going on over there. Here, like, I feel horrible because Maki totally got robbed. Let's be real. And this could have been resolved easily. All that needed to happen, Nobara just should have not come back. You had Maki take her spot, and Megumi just had to rework it a little bit to where he had like that Zeldris tease in terms of reviving, if you wanted to go that route. And then it would work. And you wouldn't have a full Disney Kaisen situation. But editorial interference, man. Fucking editorial interference. Anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. And this chapter is titled Consideration. On the street corner at that candy shop, how much? Woo, wifey. You bastard. Oh, so Akatsu is alive too. Just because he returned the original body doesn't mean it's all happy endings. Maki, I am so sorry that girl, you were robbed. I'm not even a Maki stan, and I will say that she was robbed. Maki? Megumi, how's it going? My head feels foggy, but is this actually because of Unlimited Void? Didn't know I'd feel like this. I'm just so annoyed by this. Oh my god. I'd like to sincerely apologize to everyone. Save it for later, and there's nothing you need to apologize for anyway. No, but I do have something to apologize for. The root of it is Gojo's mistake for not killing Itadori, and as things turned out, Itadori became a victim of Kenjaku's curse technique terrorism. Well, yeah, Kenjaku had this going from the very start. For the record, I was all for Itadori's death sentence. If not for Yaga, I wouldn't be around. But I don't think it was wrong for, nor am I saying I told you so. Let's be real, you are. It's just that everyone's truths have clashed to create the present. So you guys don't need to feel guilty. Motherfucker, you are trying. For heaven's sake, just act like kids already. It's making me feel like an old timer. I fucking hate this so much. I hate this should not, no. This feels so wrong. Oh my god, this feels so wrong. Oh my god, this does. Even if this was setting up for a sequel, as I said, even if this was setting up for a sequel, I would still be pissed at this. So how did Kotsu's body come back to normal? Oh, it's all thanks to Rika. I thought that when Rika didn't follow Master Gojo's body, the connection between Rika and me was lost. But in reality, Rika used reverse curse techniques to repair and sustain my body, which was treated by Eri. Damn! I thought I was dead when Kinjaku's technique was burned out by the domain. Yeah, that part caught us off guard. We assumed Kinjaku could act after using domain. This is rushed. Something is going on here. This is very reminiscent. It's almost very reminiscent of what we saw with Bleach. So that means one or two things. There's editorial interference, or Gege has got, and we saw not too long ago, Gege was dealing with health problems. I wonder if that has something to do with this. I have to wonder if that's what's going on here. I wonder if Gege's health problems are catching up with him. But at the same time, it's like, Gege, if you had health problems, if your health problems were going wild like earlier, like you could have just gone on like a year hiatus and we would have been fine with it. Could have just done what fucking Tabata did. We would have been fine with that. Anyways. Yeah, that part caught us off guard. We assumed Kinjaku could act after using domain. They probably managed to intentionally separate and use multiple techniques through some means, likely an application of barrier techniques. The level of imitation between a millennial and veteran and a mere bot is on a different level of sophistication. I know this is Ragnarok Scanlations. This is so you. I should have just waited for TCB, huh? Yeah, I probably should have. Fucking A, I should have just waited for you, TCB, but I gotta be ahead of the curve. Once the technique recovered, but I'm gonna say this though, because I know I'm gonna get shit in my comments. There's a difference between this and between John Wary. Unlike John Wary, these motherfuckers are not getting paid to botch a localization. Just saying. Once the technique recovered, Rika as an external technique reconnected with my unconscious state, and we somehow ended up here. I apologize for any worry I caused. I don't care about any such story. The issue here is that if Yuta had played his cards right, we might have won with less difficulty. First Kinjaku's surprise attack, I should have been the one to handle it after all. Following that, Higuruma's executioner's sword strategy. Had we combined this with Toge's remote curse words, we could have won more easily. I should have had Higuruma hold the voice recorder. You can't activate multiple curse words simultaneously, and since recording to playback is considered as still active, only one voice recorder can be used. No, Maki, you can't become the target of my boogie woogie technique. Even Okotsu would have had a tough time succeeding in the surprise attack without my support. Woo! I see what you're doing, Gege. Gege's saying, see, Maki was not robbed. Motherfucker, I'm not saying I was not saying Maki was robbed here. I was saying Maki was supposed to take Nobara's spot. Moreover, to stop the rampage, the curse manipulation technique, the abilities of Akotsu and Rika were indeed necessary. They were! Why? Why would you try and do that? Why would you say this, Maki? Like, I would be all pissy about Nobara. More than anything else. She should not be alive. She should be dead. If I were a Gojo, well, I'm somewhat of a Gojo stan, but like, the rest of the Gojo stans, I'm putting my Gojo bias aside. The Gojo stans should be, like, furious that this bitch is still alive and Gojo is not. That is some bullshit, if you ask me. Toge's curse words also had to be timed just right, otherwise the backlash would have been much worse. Had it been used when Sukuna was at his strongest, wouldn't the backlash have been deadly? Salmon. Sukuna was merely toying with me and could have killed me any time. If Akotsu had been around, I would have been wiped out in... Wait, if Akotsu, had been around, I would have been wiped out in an instant. Besides... Wait, Higuruma's still alive?! Besides, curse words are likely easy to deal with, aren't they? Why? Higuruma, why are you alive? Why? No! I made the decision that it should be used within Akotsu's domain barrier where there are no external threats. In my domain, acts of harm are impossible after all. Even so, it's terrifying that someone who's only been a sorcerer for about 2 months is still alive. Yeah! It'd be more accurate to say that I managed to survive. Yeah! How are you... What? Why? So only Choso and Gojo died in all this? That's bullshit! That's not fair! Nobara should still be... I'm sorry, Nobara stands. This is how it should have been. Nobara be... And I've seen a lot of non-Nobara stands say it too. Nobara should be dead. Or I think I've seen Nobara fans say it. Excuse me. I've seen Nobara fans say it. That Nobara should not be alive right now. That this is bullshit. This is like the same editorial interference where they were trying to shove Class 1A down everyone's throat. This is some bullshit. Even so... Those foreign reinforcements, they have been around from the start. Things would have been different. Totally. Those two said they weren't coming. We should have seriously considered that they might actually come. They actually came, didn't they? Hey, easy there. With the help of Akotsu's curse tools, I was able to hide my fingers as well. A simple pair of gloves would work for that too. Just saying. It's because of Akotsu that we managed to stop Sukuna's second domain. Now, that's the whole point. If we had acted earlier, I wouldn't have come to that. It was good that we were able to stay within Rika. After Gojo, we were able to immediately pursue Sukuna and quickly separate Urame from him. It's thanks to Akotsu that this occurred. What is this? I bear a lot of responsibility as well. Despite preparing for Sukuna's domain in collaboration with Ms. May, I wasn't able to capture Choso and Itadori. Is the issue related to the range of the technique? No, it's more about Sukuna's cursed energy than... wait, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. But there's something else going on here. So this could be good. This energy than the distance. The center of that domain had such strong cursed energy from Sukuna that I failed to capture the cursed energy of the two. I was at the center too, but since Ui swiftly took care of it, it's partly my responsibility. Choso deserved to be saved is right! If that had happened, I would have died. It's nobody's fault. It's not that I'm going to pin the blame on Yuta. I got hit by Black Flash twice myself. The thing is, this guy... never mind. I was really shaken. Being on standby with Maki's Barker and the domain countermeasures, I couldn't help but think, what if Toto's technique ends up saving just me? Didn't you say you weren't joining the battle? I didn't get involved, but I knew you wouldn't definitely be against it if I brought it up. I feel like I should apologize for not being of any use. What are you talking about? It was a smooth ride when it was your turn. I was planning to take on Sukuna after dealing with Urame, but man, she was strong. Dude, I'm still pissed about that! We didn't get to see that fight either! That was bullshit! I was asleep until the last minute, so I can't. That's not fair! Bitch, you should have been dead! Fuck you, Nobara! You were supposed to be dead! I was asleep until the last minute. Fuck off! Fuck off with that! Fuck off with that! I was asleep until the last minute, my ass! Fuck off with that! Oh! You should... Woman, you should have been dead! Fuck off with that shit! It appears everyone has their own thoughts of regret. I'm sure no one disagrees. Fuck off, dude! No one disagrees that I'm the MVP. You left me behind after panicking midway. Karara, you're quite heavy. In return, you got to relax because my sister did the hard part. My sister really worked hard on the new shadows, didn't she? That's also picking out the best parts, isn't it? I don't deny it. My life can't be exchanged for money, and if it can't be, then it's not worth the gamble. New shadows? Are you talking about the restriction on the simple domains being off limits? Dude, that fucking comment from Nobara is gonna piss me off. I'm good. Oh god, I fucking hate that bitch right now. Maki, you should have been bitching at her, if anything. The binding of the simple domain on my, that's right. A binding of the simple domain on the family lineage, it was originally created by the mastermind, Satsuna Ashia to prevent the techniques from leaking out to the curse users. Over time, as generations passed, the new shadow style lost their public utility, and the simple domain essentially became a trade secret. They're like, what the fuck? The bottom line is that they kept the technique to themselves, bring in followers and enforce some unreasonable limitations. The new shadow styles also provide a base for sorcerers who don't possess their own techniques. Toda, who was taught by Yuki Tsukuma, learned the technique through the Mekamaru style. Yep. Let's see. What? Lifespans? Ooh. Whereas the flaw in the restrictions that new shadow style techniques must not be taught to anyone other than the disciples? That's only part of it. Hold on a second. Okay. There are additional complications like not being able to turn down deployment orders from the head of the family. Among these, the most troublesome issue is lifespans. Yeah, the what? Lifespans? This is more akin to a curse than a technical restriction or technique, which makes it a significant issue. It seems that the new head of the new Shadows school extracts a dark wish from the disciples. In New Shadows, the head's identity is kept secret. Thus, the contract about lifespans is real, but the details of its implementations are unclear. Some elderly disciples live for a long time. When the head dies, a senior disciple takes their place. But unless the new head reveals themselves, it's not possible to tell from the outside. Let's see. The restrictions of the new shadow style can only be lifted by the head of the family. As far as I know, none of the senior disciples possess information about the head of the family. He's not here, is he? Ah, right. I'm the current head of the new shadows. Huh? Wait, what? Therefore, the restriction of the simple domain and the curse of lifespan are no longer a what the fuck? Are you serious? Are no longer a problem. I do leave a bit of the joining benefits. Eventually, Uyui will become the head and will be receiving substantial monthly fees from the disciples. Huh? The fuck? What was the point of that then? You're such a penny pincher, sis. Seems like curses are entering the world of subscriptions. How much? Wait, how much? It concerns your life. Why here? You think I'm the head? I merely inquired with someone who knows. Grow the disciples to rival the three great families in power. It's impossible for anyone to know. Your plan was to control the entire Jujutsu world. Whoa! As well as the general headquarters. Was it intended? What? What? Oh my god, it required a long time, and you went so far as to drain the lifespan of the disciples just to see the view you wanted, didn't you? It's truly a grand ambition that money can't buy. And now, after the fall of the Zenin family, and with both the Kamo and Gojo clans destined to perish in this battle, however, the things more important than money are things that can't be protected without it. Without the monopoly on the simple domain, some sorcerers might have lived. And above all, with them aiming to harm my brother, that was inevitable. Whoa! The price for this is life. Only 2 chapters to go until the story wraps up. So that's Tengen! So Tengen is gone! What the fuck is this shit? Okay, so based on this, I do not think there's going to be a sequel manga. I do not think so. But the thing that sucks about all, like, just the more I see this chapter really has me convinced that we're in a Bleach scenario. It really feels like this is a Bleach scenario. Because think about it. Not completely a Bleach scenario, but it feels like there is a bit of a Bleach scenario here. Because remember, in Bleach, there were fights that were missing, that we didn't get to see. That were completely skipped. And then it was like the ending was how it all ended was very questionable. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm thinking to myself, I gotta wonder if Gege is in, I have to wonder if Gege is in a similar situation to Kubo, where it is a health-related issue. Especially with prior to, announcing the manga ending, that health issue he had. Remember, the manga went on hiatus, and we saw how rough the art was. I gotta wonder if this is a health issue. I have to wonder if this is a health issue. This really feels like a Bleach situation. This really does. This really feels like Bleach. It does, because I'm going to be real with you here. Because I'm, as I said at the start of the video, I was going to compare this to Nanatsu no Taizai, Fairy Tail, and Chainsaw Man. Now, in Nanatsu no Taizai and Chainsaw Man in particular, those two, when I covered them at the time, I knew for a fact those were getting sequels. It was obvious they were getting sequels. Like, there were certain parts of the final few chapters where it was definitely apparent that there was a sequel coming for Taizai. You could watch my videos too. I can't remember the chapters off the top of my head, but you knew, or at least I knew there was going to be a sequel manga. I knew we were going to get something like Four Nights of the Apocalypse. I knew it was coming. There was no doubt in my mind Four Nights of the Apocalypse was going to come at some point. Chainsaw Man, based on how the manga was going, I knew we were going to get a sequel because we saw Power get dragged to hell. There was no way Chainsaw Man was going to end like that. And then we found out, yeah, we got part 2. Fairy Tail was a little bit different. It took that. This is where I'm like, this is kind of, if this is going to have a sequel, I think it's going to be like Fairy Tail. I don't think we'll know if this is going to get a sequel until the very end. I think the final 2 chapters will confirm it. Because Fairy Tail, we found out that it would get a sequel when, at the very end, when they went on the one, they straight up went on the 100 Years Quest. And I feel like that will be the case here. We will find out. I think we'll find out. in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, the people that are saying we're going to get a sequel manga now, they are just coping. And yeah, I know, in regards to Bleach, yeah, I know, Bleach had the one shot, and there is a good chance we're going to get a sequel, like, when, everything's said and done, Kubo's still alive anyway, when everything's said and done with Thousand Year Blood War is almost done. Once that's done and Burn the Witch is done, that we'll get a sequel manga for Bleach. Jujutsu Kaisen, I just don't know. I honestly don't know if that's going to be the case here. Because this is we're dealing with a huge clusterfuck here. This is a giant clusterfuck that we're dealing with here. Like, Bleach is making up for it in Thousand Year Blood War, and I got a feeling Jujutsu Kaisen is going to have to do that in the anime as well. But man, this is a clusterfuck, man. This is a clusterfuck. I'm very curious what you guys think. I really think this is more of a Bleach situation. This is either going to be, I think, as I said, I think this is going to be more so on the lines of Bleach and Fairy Tail than it is on the lines of like a Chainsaw Man or a Tazai. Even though, granted, in regards to Tazai, I know Tazai's ending was a complete clusterfuck too. It was a clusterfuck. But at least with Tazai, you knew, at least I did, I knew there was going to be a sequel. A sequel, it was in that clusterfuck. You knew there was going to be a sequel. There was a sequel being set up there. And also we had, like, Escanor's death as well. Here, though, like, I got nothing. I got outside of Choso and Gojo, I got nothing. Then we have that bullshit asshole. This is like next level Mashima levels of asshole. Oh my god, that was a huge asshole. I'm just so furious about that. I'm just gonna be forever salty about that. Oh my god, I'm so pissed. I swear, Gege, you might have out Mashima on this. You might have out Nakaba on this too, because Nakaba pulled a stunt like that with Escanor and Tazai. But man, like, this is way worse than anything like that Mashima or Nakaba did. Oh my god, it is. What happened with, look, with Okotsu, with Megumi, I could get past that. Like, that shit is believable. But Nobara, no, that shit is not believable. I'm not sorry. I will not be sorry. I will forever be salty about that. But man, just a lot of the stuff that was cut here. This really feels like a Bleach situation. It really does. I think Gege has health problems. Obviously we know Gege has health problems. What I mean is Gege's health problems are catching up with him, kind of like with what happened with Kubo and Bleach. But do I still think that there was an editorial interference in regards to Nobara coming back? Oh, fuck yes. I'm still standing by that. I think that was editorial interference at its finest. I do. But the rest, though, like the rest of it, I could again, as I said, the rest of it I can maybe buy, but Nobara there, that was editorial interference. There's no doubt in my mind that was editorial interference. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And especially like the stuff here with Tengen. Yeah. Oh yeah, because Tengen snitched. That's what happened. Tengen snitched. So the only reason why there would be a sequel manga is, as I said earlier, is Tengen. That's the only way you get a sequel manga is Tengen. And there was that panel, at the bottom of, was it page 13 or page 15? I think it was like at the bottom of page. Yeah, it was at the bottom of page 8. That there, I think, and this is where I'm like, okay, this is where my mask off moment where I'm like, okay, this is where I could be like, okay, there could be a sequel. Is at page 8. I can maybe see it. Maybe. I know it's the fortress that they're in and all that, but still. Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys think that there's going to be a sequel? Right now, I don't think so. Right now, it really feels like a Bleach situation to me. But like more so a Bleach than a Fairy Tail or a Tazai or a Chainsaw Man situation. And I think as I said, I think it has something to do with Gege's health. Again, consider everything that it was skipped. All the content that was skipped here in this fight, including like Akotsu's recovery. And think about it. Remember where we saw the stuff with Akotsu and Rika was right when when the illness got to Gege, and he had to go on that sudden hiatus. Yeah, this does feel like a Bleach situation. It really does. I think the manga was supposed to go longer, and Gege's health got the better of him. That's what it feels like to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Jujutsu Kaisen content. Few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.